Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make my little egg and chicks. So what we're going to need for this project, okay, I'm going to be using my Rico Design Essential 100% cotton yarn, which has been featuring quite a lot in my videos. But it's great because it creates that sort of nice sheeny shine on the egg. I'm also going to be needing a button, so I've chosen a little flower button that's about 1 centimetre in size, and we're going to be using a 2.5mm crochet hook, but you could also use a 2.75 crochet hook, so something around that size, and a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. But we're also going to be needing a sewing needle as well, because you'll need a needle to be able to sew the button onto the egg. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so now we're going to make the little egg case, which is done in 2 parts for our little chick to sit inside. And I've chosen this pink DK light worsted weight 100% cotton. This is actually Rico Design Essential cotton, and it's got a really nice sheen to it, so I use this quite a lot in my videos. So we're going to make the bottom of the egg first, and for the bottom of the egg we're going to start off with 6 single crochet in a magic circle. And if you don't like using the magic circle, like I say, you can chain 4, slip stitch into your first chain to form a loop, and then inside that loop work your 6 single crochet. Okay, we're going to do the magic circle technique and do my little dummy stitch. Like I say, I've done a video on the magic circle in more detail, which I'll put the link in the description, which you might want to check out. So 1, 5 and 6. And then we put our tail end to close. And then we're going to slip stitch in our first single crochet to join the round. Now this egg, let's just slip stitch first. Now this egg is actually worked in continuous rounds, so we don't actually chain 1 or slip stitch at the end to join the round. We're going to work in a spiral like a snail shell. So moving on to round 2, we're going to do 2 single crochet going straight into the next stitch. We're going to work 2 single crochet. So there's 1 and another one in the same stitch. We're going to do 2 single crochet in each stitch around. So we do another 2 in the next stitch, and so on, until we've got a stitch count of 12. So 2 single crochet in each stitch around. The last stitch, 11 and 12. Like so. And so by the end of round 2 you should have 12 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 and 12. So in the next round, round 3, again we're not chaining 1 or joining the round or anything, we're just working continuously. We're going to work 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to do an increase of 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So that's 1 and 2, another one in the same stitch. We're going to repeat that round back to the beginning, doing 1 single crochet in the next stitch, then 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, back to the beginning until we get a stitch count of 18. So you probably want to count to 18 as you go. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, then 4 by itself, 5 and 6 together, and so on until you get to 18, ending on an increase as well. 6, the last 2, 17 and 18. 18, and then we stop. You should sort of see the spiral begin there, so you know roughly we need to end around about here. So by the end of round 3 you should have 18 stitches. Then moving on to round 4, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 this time, and then do an increase of 2 single crochet. And we need to count up to 24, repeating that, doing 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, all the way up to 24. So do 1 by itself, and we do 2 by itself, then 3 and 4. And the 3 and 4 should line up with your previous increase of 2 and 3, if that makes sense. So that increase there should line up with your increase from the previous round. So let me do 5 and 6, and 7 and 8, which again should line up with your increase in the previous round. So just repeat that round, doing 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, until you've got a stitch count of 24. Okay, so by the end of that round you should have 24 stitches, and if you lost count halfway through when you were doing your stitches, as long as you follow the pattern of 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, all you need to do is make sure, if I bring this in a bit, if you can see, is there's the middle and our spiral begins there. You can see it popping out there, so we know it's going to end about here and then go around. It's going to end about there, around. So we know, if we keep following the pattern, that we know it's going to end in this direction because it's going to be at the beginning or the end of this spiral there. And you want to make sure that you end, if I can bring this up to the camera, keep focus, on an increase should match up with the increase from the previous round. You can see it there, so we know, because I lost count halfway through, but I just kept following the pattern of doing 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, until I made sure I got to the end or the beginning of that, where it pops out there from the middle, and making sure it lined up with the increase from the previous round, and I knew I'd reached the end. And then I just double checked I had 24, and I did, and we're done. So little technique there in case you lose count, you don't have to start again. Okay, so moving on to the next round, we're going to do 3 rounds now of just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So that's for rounds 5, 6 and 7, so that's 3 rounds of just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So you're keeping a stitch count of 24. So we just go straight into the next stitch, do 1 single crochet, we do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So you can count to 24 or leave a stitch marker if you want, or you can use my method of just making sure we end there where the beginning of the spiral is. Coming up to the last stitch, 24. And again you can see there's the beginning of our spiral there. So we know we need to end here, and we just need to make sure there was our last increase. We've done 3 rounds, so there was the last one of the first round, the last one of the second round, and the last one of our third round. Okay, my washing machine's decided to take off. So you should have done 3 rounds of just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. You should still have 24 stitches, and this completes the bottom half of our egg. So all we're going to do in the next stitch, we're just going to work a slip stitch, and then in the next stitch I'm going to work a slip stitch like so, and then we're just going to cut our yarn, bring it up, and then we're just going to tie in all these tails, and then we're going to work on the top half. Okay, so moving on to the top half of our little egg. We've done the bottom now. We use the same yarn, obviously, and we're going to do the same first 2 rounds as the bottom. So we're going to work 6 single crochet into a magic circle. And like I said, you can chain 4, slip stitch in your chain 1 and work 6 single crochet into that loop as well. 3, 4, 5 and 6. And the written version of this pattern will be on my blog as usual as well, which is happyberrycrochet.blogspot.com. So let's just pull tail end, tighten, and then we're going to slip stitch into our first single crochet to join around. So check, I've got 6, 2, 4, 5 and 6. Here we go. So slip stitch in your first single crochet, oh, come on, you know you want to. There we go. Oh, there we go. So 6 single crochet, and then we're going to do exactly the same as the bottom. We're going to go straight into the next stitch. We're not going to chain one or anything. Go straight into the next stitch. And we're going to work 2 single crochet in each stitch around, so we get our stitch count up to 12. So we're doubling up. So we do 2 single crochet in each stitch around. So we go straight into the next stitch and do 2 single crochet. 1 and 2 in the same stitch, and then we're going to do 2 single crochet in each stitch around. That's the beginning. So our stitch count is 12 at the end. So it's 4, 5 and 6 and 11 and 12. She says, there we go, 11 and 12 in the same stitch. So by the end of round 2 you should have 12 stitches, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Excellent. What we're going to do now on round 3, we're just going to do 1 single crochet into each stitch around, so we still have a stitch count of 12. So this is slightly different from the bottom now, and this gives us our more sort of oval shape at the top. So go straight into the next stitch and do a single crochet. It's gone really tight for some reason. And then do 1 single crochet into each stitch around, so you've still got 12. Okay. And the last one, 12. So you should have done 1 single crochet in each stitch round, and we're not joining the rounds or anything like that. And moving on to round 4, we're now going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, then 2 single crochet, then 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. So by the end of round 4 your stitch count should be 18. So we're going to do 1 single crochet to start off with in the next stitch by itself, and then 2 single crochet. So that's 1 and another 1 in the same stitch. And then we go back to just 1 single crochet by itself, and then an increase of 2 single crochet. So it's 1 and 2. So just repeat that round until you've got 18 stitches. Okay. The last stitch, 17 and 18. So you end on an increase. It should look a little something like that. And then round 5 we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, so we still have 18 stitches. So we just literally do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, we just count to 18. And the last one, 18. Might be a bit too much shadow on this, so I'm just going to close the curtains and keep it. There we go, hopefully that will take the shine off a little bit. Okay, so by the end of round 5 you should still have 18 stitches. Then round 6 we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2, so 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochet. Then we'll do 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet until we get back to the beginning, repeating that until we get 24 stitches. So we do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, then we do 2 single crochet, so that's 1 and another one in the same stitch. Then we go back to doing 1 single crochet by itself, 1 single crochet by itself, then 2 single crochet. So just repeat that round until you get 24 stitches. Okay. Then last one, 23 and 24. That's 1 and another one in the same stitch for 24. There we go. Then again you can see there's the beginning of our spiral, so they're all ending up in the right place. So by the end of that round, which is round 6, we should have 24 stitches. And as you can see, it's got more of a sort of that shape, whatever that shape's called. Then we're going to do 3 rounds, so rounds 7, 8 and 9, 3 rounds of just 1 single crochet in each stitch round, so we still have a stitch count of 24. So that's 3 rounds of just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. 3 rounds. And the last one on the last 3rd round, 24. So you should have done 3 rounds of just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So 1, 2, 3, and it should look like that, and we're finished. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch and a slip stitch in a next stitch, and then cut your yarn, but I've hardly got any yarn left, so I'm just going to pull my yarn up. So I was getting a bit worried I was going to run out of yarn, which always seems to happen to me. But what we're going to do, we're going to trim down the tail end on the inside. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our yarn needle, which I've lost. Where's my yarn needle? There it is. So bring in the yarn needle, thread our tail end onto our yarn. And what we're actually going to do now is connect the two together. What we want to do is where we finished up, we slip stitched at the end of that round. We want that to line up with our slip stitch at the back there, just to make sure that it's nice and neat. So placing those two together, I'm just going to bring my needle through that last stitch there. There we go. And then I'm going to go back over this side, through that stitch, and then through the next stitch on the bottom. Go back over to the next stitch and the next stitch on the bottom. So nice and tight. We'll probably do this for about 6 stitches, I'd say. Probably about 3, just a few more. How does this happen to me? There we go, it's got twisted. Do a couple more. So that's about 6. Let's see how many I did on this one. How many did I sew? I think I sewed about 6 on there as well. So you only need this very small hinge, so I think that's enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to thread that back over to the second to last stitch on the top to the inside, and then I'm just going to tidy up my tail end. So I'm just going to feed it through the stitches a bit. Sew it over, and I'll sew back in the opposite direction a little bit. And then I'm just going to cut the yarn. And there we go. Okay, so when you've finished your little egg like that, all we need to do is create the little button loop at the front. And you can either choose to do these stitches within the last round, or you can actually do them afterwards if you want to make sure they line up. It lines up perfectly. So about opposite your hinge, so if we flatten this down, opposite your hinge, around about here is where you want to work our button loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our remaining pink yarn, and we're going to put our hook in one of those stitches that's about halfway between our hinge at the back, and we're going to join our yarn, and we're going to chain 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now obviously, depending on the size of your button, you may need to chain more or less. So if you've got a smaller button, you may want to chain less, and if you've got a bigger button, you may want to chain more. So do check that the chains you do fit over your button. But then we just come back down to the same stitch, and we're going to go back into the same stitch and work a slip stitch, like so. Now I'm just going to pull my yarn through, cut it first, because obviously I'm running out of yarn, so I can just pull mine through. Then just double check, taking your button before we sew it into place, just double check that the chains you've done pass over the button nice and easy. You want it just a little bit tight, just so it will stay into place. That should be okay. And then we take our yarn needle, and I'm going to tie in these, sew in these ends. So bring that down and get it to the back. And then I shall sew this through a few stitches. I'll go for a few more. And back in the opposite direction to secure. And then we'll do the same for the other bit of yarn, the tail end. And then we're done. And then just got to trim the excess. 1 and 2. Okay. And there is our little button loop. Make sure you do it on the top of the egg, not the bottom. The next thing to do is we just need to sew our button into place, and that's where you're going to need your other needle. So you'll need a thinner needle, or a needle that fits through the button basically, and use a similar coloured yarn, or the same yarn, and then I need to get this through a very tiny hole. Let's see how well I can do this then. Badly. See if I can trim the end. Yay! Right, so when you got your yarn on, you just simply line up your button, or you could just find the centre again. You flatten that down, make sure it looks equal either side. Take your button and we're going to sew it into the centre. You want to sew it fairly near the top. And we just go through. Actually, I'll come from the back rather than the front. And then over. Preferably not through my fingers. Do that a couple of times. As much as you can do. Should be able to do it once more. And there we go. And then just sew in your tail ends as neatly as you can. And there we go. So I've finished sewing in our tail end just like we did for the button loop, and look, that's it, it's finished. So all that's left to do now is to pop our little chick or our chocolates or whatever you've made to go inside, and to do up the button. Yay! And then just shape it, and there we go, there's our finished little egg with our little chick hidden inside. And there's the other one. And I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and I hope you have a wonderful Easter. I'm sure I'll be doing more Easter videos and tutorials and such like. And I think that's about it. I think that's a wrap. So I will see you soon for some more crochet fun. Thanks for watching. I hope you managed to follow along, and I hope you enjoyed that. So I'll see you soon. Bye.